day on the net. The crisis between Georgia and Russia has mobilized the web. Web users the world over are covering the Beijing Olympic Games in their own fashion. And the day's pick of the best. The conflict between Russia and Georgia over the region of South Ossetia has moved online with a war of words between web users. Propaganda websites run by pro-Russia separatists from Ossetia are multiplying. This one launches an international appeal against the Georgian regime, calling it fascist and accusing it of genocide in Ossetia. Obsessed by their country's image, many Russian web users have applauded the engagement of armed forces in the region. Web users like this columnist who believe Russia has avoided disgrace. And on this forum, a user calls for the authorities to authorize the training of voluntary militia to fight the Georgian army. This blogger from Tbilisi defends Georgia. She is worried about the consequences on civilians for the involvement of the pro-Russia armed groups from North Ossetia taken to Chechen. In America, this video blogger calls for the United States to remain neutral despite the Georgian government asking for help. The Olympic Games have begun in Beijing. On the web, everyone is trying to provide their own personal coverage. The world over, bloggers have mobilized to follow their athletes. In Tajikistan, this web user is wondering about his country's 14 athletes and also a possible improvement in relations between his country and China. Because sporting considerations aside, web users are also interested in the politics. The website of the citizen journalist Zhu Shuguang, alias Zola, well known for getting around censorship, will be a source of non-official information. This ex-correspondent for the New York Times, based in Asia, is following news on the Chinese net and then deciphering, notably, the effects of the censorship. Here he interviews a journalist who gives advice on covering the event. Official mobilization remains strong. The Olympics Committee has created a special Olympic Games news channel on YouTube, broadcasted on the web in 77 countries in Africa, Asia and the Middle East, where no broadcasting rights were signed. Old crackling radios will soon be a thing of the past. The Wi-Fi web radio is now available. It's a small radio which seems like a traditional radio but has no need for Hertzian waves. This new generation technology connects to the internet via Wi-Fi. You can listen to any radio in the world even when you're traveling because it just needs to connect to a network. The Crip Walk has moved online. This dance, a sign of acknowledgement of members of a gang from Los Angeles, the Crips, was made popular by rappers and has quickly become a sport in its own right. Sea Walk has arrived in Europe. In France, on the French Walk community's website, sea walkers can meet up to exchange moves or organise competitions.